What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're diving back into more craft beer. Finally, it's been a while. We're going with Dank Little Thing from Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, guys. This is interesting. I've never seen this before, although I believe it's been in distribution in other parts of the country for quite some time, maybe 2-3 months. For Northern Michigan, I was just now able to get this last week or so. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's the first time I'd seen it been offered in distribution. This is only available in a Sierra Nevada variety pack. So it has this, Hazy Little Thing, Tropical Little Thing, and one other, whatever the other ones are, guys. You know the Little Thing series, that's part of it. So this one, brand new for me, never seen it. At least in Northern Michigan, and now this is 7.5% ABV. That seems quite high for some of the Hazy Little Thing series. I don't know, that just seems like it's you know, those are usually 6.5, maybe 7, but I don't know, 7.5 seems up there, in my opinion. Could be wrong. This was canned on 2/7/24, so it's been around, because today's April 4th, so this is going on 2 months old, so not super thrilled about that, but it's not the end of the world. So let's get into this, see what we're working with, guys. Again, I've had a lot of these beers, but never have I had this one. And now this one, pouring quite hazy, seems hazier than the other ones too. Like, I feel like that was just had a little bit more viscosity, depth to it than some of the other Little Things. I don't know. Wow, it's quite hazy. Tons of head retention, bubbly, soapy, thick head retention, guys. That looks nice. Look at this beer. Wowzers. Looks fantastic. I poured so much that I'm not even going to be able to get my schnoz into this thing, but I already smell some notes. It's hard to get what it is. It's fruity, it's bright, maybe some resinous honey, but let's get an official aroma. Ooh. Candied orange, just first thing that comes to mind. I do get notes of grapefruit and lemon. Lemon pith, lemon zest. Resinous pine, again, the sweet honey thing definitely coming off the top. There is a candied aspect to this beer. I wish there was a little bit less head retention right now. I get deeper in there. So it's hard to tell, but right off the bat, yeah, does this seem like a East Coast, West Coast hybrid? Potentially. It's certainly still got the characteristics of an IPA from the West Coast, the resinous pine, a little bit of malty character, a little bready character, but then it has the East Coast citrus zip, a little bit of bright and fruity notes. Just smells kind of sweet at the same time, too. I don't know, though. Remember, it's not perfectly fresh. It's a mass-distributed beer. We'll see. Let's dive in, guys. I don't know. Dank Little Thing, IPA, 7.5%. We'll get a better read on the taste. Ooh. Finish is very dry. Finish is bone dry on the back end. Definitely resinous pine kicks in on the very back end. There is sweetness. There's this kind of wheat-like sweetness to it, almost like, you know, Oberon for a moment, that malty, doughy breadiness that comes through. It goes away quite severely on the back end. Again, dries out your palate. It's not like it's so bitter that it punches you around with a hoppy mouthfeel. It does have that, but it's not until the very end do you realize how dry and slightly bitter this beer really can be compared to the front of it. Big sweetness in the front and middle. Candied navel orange, like super ripe candied navel orange. Sink your teeth into ripe citrus. I mean, again, there's a little bit of grapefruit, but that's not really what comes to mind. I got a little bit in the aroma, but orange is the most dominant flavor. I mean, there is like a dank diesel-y orange too. Like, it's not super dank though. Like, this name's Dank Little Thing. I feel like it's lacking some of the dankness, but I do get diesel-y dank navel orange. Like, that is definitely the most abundant thing in this beer. But coming to mind reading the label, the dank part of it is almost a second thought. Like, the dankness doesn't really just hit me right away. I have to think about it. Chewy, wheat-like mouthfeel. It's got just a nice bite to it, nice little zesty breadiness to it as well. Like the maltiness is very subtle, but it's still very wholesome the way it goes down. Buttery mouthfeel as well. It's good. It's a shelfy beer, right? These aren't very expensive. Mass distribution, and for that quality, you're getting great beer here. I mean, it really is for being as distributed as it is. It's a really great beer. I'm surprised that it finishes so dry based on what I get in the front and middle. Zesty lemon, maybe a little bit of lemon oil, just a touch of grapefruit oil, and then just an abundance of orange. Just orange, pithy, juicy, candied qualities, danky diesel, just a slight bit of herbaceousness, and then you're kind of flooded with that wheat, malty kind of breadiness, and there is some sort of candied quality to this beer, but it does finish very dry on the back end. Nice little bitterness that evens it out. A little bit of floral kick on the back end too, so like dry, pithy, earthy floral comes to mind really on the back end. So this beer, it's great. Like, I really want to try this fresh. I feel like this is an overachieving beer for the price point. I feel like, $20, you get that nice 12-pack from Sierra Nevada. But I mean, I would like to see just the little sixers of these. Maybe they have them. I don't know. I haven't seen them. But probably going to be like $10, $11, for a sixer of this. Great value, great availability. Great beer. Just a really great beer all around. I think it's fair to put this. I really want to try it fresh. It's very drinkable. The 7.5 is very subtle. It's hidden by the smooth malty brightness that this beer brings. Yeah, it smells great. I want to go higher than a 4, and I want to go like right below a 4, to be honest. But where I sit right now, 4 out of 5, great value, great availability, great product from Sierra Nevada. Yeah, that's where I'm going to sit, 4 out of 5. Thanks for being here, guys. It was the Dank Little Thing Hazy IPA, 7.5%. Until next time, cheers, pros, yamas, whatever you want to say. It's been another cerveza.